Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So in the previous session, we have completed discussing the factors affecting, factors affecting the process of adsorption, or even I can say rate of adsorption, or I can say simply extent of adsorption. So how many factors are there? There will be four factors. What are those? First one I said effect of adsorbate, or else I can say nature of a adsorbate. Whenever if you consider nature of a adsorbate, what is to be remembered regarding critical temperature of a gaseous adsorbate, right? What is critical temperature? Is the minimum temperature, okay, above which gases cannot be liquefied whatever the extent of pressure is. So all gaseous adsorbates, they are going to have certain critical temperature values. Okay, if you wish to have maximum adsorption, what is to be maintained? The temperature must be maintained below the critical temperature of those gases, respective gases. Okay, well, second factor what we said, effect of surface area of a adsorbent. Yes, how it is related? It is directly proportional. So larger the surface area, greater is the adsorption. Lesser the surface area, less is the adsorption. So what is the reason for this? If surface area is more, what happens? Yes, there will be more number of active centers present. Okay, if more number of active centers, extent of adsorption will be more. Well, is the second factor, that is surface area of a adsorbent. The third one, what we said, the effect of temperature. Okay, effect of temperature. Now, what we said in case of physisorption first. Say whenever if you increase the temperature, what happens? The extent of adsorption goes on decreases. Okay. Well, what is the reason we quoted there? So when we increase the temperature, kinetic energy of a gaseous adsorbate molecules increases. Hence, it leads to desorption. Hence, adsorption decreases. But on the other hand, there is a slight variation, or I can say difference with respect to chemisorption. So in case of chemisorption, what happens? Initially, when we increase the temperature, extent of adsorption also increases. Yes, what is the reason we quoted there? So initially what happens? Since chemisorption involves a bond formation. Yes or no? Chemisorption involves a bond formation between adsorbate and adsorbent. What type of bond? It may be ionic bond or a covalent bond. So to this formation of bond, energy is required. So what happens? Whenever if you increase the temperature, part of the heat energy is used to make a chemical bond. Therefore, we say initially what happens? Extent of chemisorption increases with rise in temperature and it reaches certain maximum. Thereafter, again decreases. Okay, it's be considered effect of temperature. Further, the last factor, what we said, effect of pressure. So in general, what happens? Increase in pressure increases the extent of adsorption. It is directly proportional. Okay. Well, now in this session, I'm going to deal with whatever the factors I consider. That is the effect of temperature on extent of adsorption, or I can say rate of adsorption, is dealt, or I can say it is studied with the title. What is that? Freundlich adsorption isotherm. Okay, what is that? In the last session itself, I have discussed about adsorption isotherms. Yes, well, now if I consider Freundlich adsorption isotherm, yes, Freundlich is a name of a scientist. Now we are adsorption isotherm. Yes, what it is? Just can you recall that? Yes, adsorption isotherm is nothing but is the relation between the amount of substance adsorbed. Okay, it is the relation between amount of substance adsorbed by the adsorbent. Yes, what is that? It is the amount of substance adsorbed by the adsorbent and the equilibrium pressure of adsorbate at a constant temperature. So please remember the meaning of adsorption isotherm. The relation between amount of substance adsorbed by adsorbent ಈಗ ನಾವು ಇದು ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಳ್ಸಿ, ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಗ್ರಾಮ್. Okay, adsorbed by m gram of adsorbent, small m. Okay, m gram of adsorbent. So the relation between amount of substance adsorbed by adsorbent and equilibrium pressure of adsorbate. Okay, so P, say P is the pressure of a adsorbent at what, at constant temperature is called adsorption isotherm. So I repeat, what is this? The relation between amount of substance adsorbed by adsorbent and the equilibrium pressure of a adsorbate at constant temperature is called adsorption isotherm. Okay, isotherm ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದೀವಾ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವೇನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, isotherm meaning ಏನು, constant temperature. Adsorption isotherm ಅಂತ ಯಾಕೆ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ನಾವು? Here we are going to get the relation between amount of substance adsorbed by adsorbent and equilibrium pressure at a constant temperature. So overall it is named as a adsorption isotherm. Okay, well, now if we consider Freundlich, what I said, Freundlich is a name of a scientist. Okay, Freundlich in 1909 gave an empirical relationship between quantity of gas adsorbed. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ವಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ, quantity of gas adsorbed by unit mass of solid adsorbent. ಇಲ್ಲಿ quantity of gas ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು, x. Okay, unit mass of adsorbent, ಇದನ್ನ ಏನಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ನಾನು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಪ್ರಿವಿಯಸ್ಲಿ, m ತಗೊಂಡೆ. Okay, and pressure at what, at a particular temperature, also one I can say at a fixed temperature. Okay, well, so Freundlich, he gave this concept, or this is a relationship. What is that? He gave an empirical relationship between quantity of gas adsorbed on unit mass of a solid adsorbent and pressure at a particular temperature. Okay, well, if you look at the graphs, so graphically, so what is the adsorption isotherm, or how it looks like, means, say here x by m. X, what it is, mass of a gas adsorbed, or you can say adsorbate. M is the mass of a adsorbent and P is the pressure of a adsorbate. So when you plot a graph of quantity of gas adsorbed by unit mass of adsorbent, that is x by m, versus pressure. Okay, so this relation must be plotted at what, at a constant temperature, or you can say at a particular temperature, and whatever the plots we get, those plots are called adsorption isotherms. Well, how it looks like, say, is the nature of a graph. We get a curve with a positive slope. Okay, so, and other, we know that when we go on increasing the pressure, extent of adsorption also goes on increases. Are you getting here? Say, just consider, say, closed vessel, ಒಂದು closed container ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ. Previous class ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ನಿಮಗೆ, say it is filled with the, say, charcoal, activated charcoal. Okay, we are going to place activated charcoal, then further a gas is placed in it. Okay, gas is passed into that closed vessel. Now gaseous molecules. Initially what happens? Initially pressure of the gas is high in the, so initially pressure is high in the vessel. Okay, so when we fill the gas, yes, the pressure of the gaseous molecule is obviously very high. It should be filled with high pressure. Now after a while what happens? Pressure, part of the pressure decreases. It is because some molecules will be get adsorbed on the surface of a activated charcoal. I said this concept. So pressure decreases. Okay, so why pressure decreases means, we said yes, it is because some gaseous molecules are adsorbed on the charcoal surface. We quoted there. Okay, well, now here, say, if you increase the pressure, say if you increase the pressure of these gaseous molecules, okay, what happens? I said extent of adsorption, more and more gaseous molecules started, okay, started accumulating on the surface of a what? Activated charcoal. So when you increase the pressure, more and more gaseous molecules will go and started occupying the okay surface of a charcoal. Now say at a at certain pressure, when pressure is too high, what happens? If once all surface, say we have possibilities here, okay, what is the possibility? If entire surface is occupied by gaseous molecule, okay, say now what is the one possibility I am specifying? If this entire surface is occupied by gaseous molecule, okay, now once entire space is occupied, what about rest of the molecule? Say when we increase the pressure, what happens? Extent of adsorption goes on increases like this. Okay, whatever the line we are showing, extent of pressure goes on increases. Say once entire surface is occupied by gaseous molecules. Now there is no surface available at all. Then what happens? Once the entire surface is occupied, then whatever the extent of pressure, what about extent of adsorption? It remains same. There is no change in the extent of absorption. So we are going to reach a saturation pressure. Means once entire surface is occupied gaseous molecules, means there is no more surface available for adsorption. Therefore, extent of adsorption becomes constant. Or else I can say we are going to reach a saturation pressure. It means beyond that, pressure has no effect on the extent of adsorption. Okay, generally we said when you increase the pressure, extent of adsorption goes on increases till what? Till saturation pressure. Beyond saturation pressure, what happens? Okay, whatever the extent of pressure, there is no change in the extent of adsorption or the rate of adsorption is the one possibility. Second possibility I am going to mention here, say so there are only few gaseous molecules present. Okay, there are only few gaseous molecules present. So once entire all gaseous molecules occupy the surface, then also what happens? We are going to reach a saturation pressure point. Okay, so here remember whatever the plots, these plots are named as a adsorption isotherm. It is these are the plots which indicates the relation between what are the quantities? Quantity of gas adsorbed, quantity of gas adsorbed on the unit unit mass of a adsorbent at a particular temperature. Okay, so the relation between quantity of gas adsorbed on unit mass of a adsorbent with pressure at a constant temperature is called adsorption isotherm, is one of the important definition, okay, to be remembered. Well, so what is the adsorption isotherm? It is the graphical representation. What it represents, it gives the relationship between quantity of gas adsorbed on unit mass of a adsorbent with pressure at constant temperature. So these are called adsorption isotherms. Well, if you change the temperature, what happens? These adsorption isotherm also changes. Well, please keep it in mind. Well, so here X, what I said, mass of the adsorbate, M is the mass of adsorbent. Okay, well, we see the graph stepwise. Say at low pressure, what happens? When pressure is too low, okay, at this range, say it is a 0. No, when pressure is too low, what happens? The graph is almost a straight line. Say it's almost a straight line, right? When it is too low, graph is almost straight line. What it indicates? So extent of adsorption is directly proportional to pressure. Yes or no? So as it shows the linear relationship between extent of adsorption with the pressure. Yavaga, when pressure is too low, extent of adsorption is directly proportional to pressure. Okay, well, or I can say x by m is equal to, that proportionality symbol is replaced by a constant, that is k. K is a constant, so we get the expression x by m is equal to k into p. Okay, so it is the equation number 1. Okay, well, no. If I consider at high pressure means after this, okay, dotted line. So after that point, okay, so after this point, when pressure is too high, what happens? The graph becomes parallel to pressure axis. The graph ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? It becomes parallel to pressure axis. Both lines, that graph runs parallel to the pressure axis. That is what happens. The x-axis indicating constant value. X-axis ತೋರಿಸ್ತಿದ್ದೀವಿ ನಾವು. It indicates the constant value. So no further change in the with the increase of pressure. So ivaga when pressure is too high, what happens? Graph runs parallel to the axis. It indicates that no further change with the increase of pressure. ಏನು change ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? Extent of adsorption. This quantity, that is by m quantity remains same ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದೀವಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಯಾವಾಗ? When pressure is high, that is at high pressure, the graph becomes parallel to pressure axis. It indicates that the extent of adsorption becomes independent of pressure. Andre now mathematically ಹೇಳು x by m is equal to constant, or else I can say x by m is proportional to p raised to 0. ನಮ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ? Anything raised to 0 is nothing but 1, right? So now, so at high pressure ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? x by m is equal to, okay, x by m is equal to k into p raised to 0. ಈ p raised to 0 ಅಂತ ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದೀವಿ? Since the extent of adsorption is independent, it does not depend on the pressure. 0th power of pressure, it means it independent of pressure. ಯಾವಾಗ? At a high pressure. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? So at low pressure ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದೀವಿ? Directly proportional. At high pressure independent ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೀವಿ. Well, next, at moderate or intermediate range of pressure, at moderate pressure ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. In between, ಎರಡರ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಇತ್ತು, neither low nor high, intermediate range of pressure. In between ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? So if I consider x by m means the extent of adsorption will depend on, okay, power of pressure ಎಷ್ಟು ತಗೋ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ 1 by n, which lies between 0 and 1. ಈಗ ವೆರಿ ಲೋ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಎಷ್ಟು 1 ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಹೈ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಪವರ್ ಎಷ್ಟು 0 ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಇಂಟರ್ಮೀಡಿಯೇಟ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಅಂತ ರೇಂಜ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ದಟ್ ಪವರ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಲೈಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ 0 and 1. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಜನರಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಪವರ್ ಏನು ತಗೋತೀವಿ ನಾವು? 1 by n ಅಂತ ತಗೋತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, well, so x by m is proportional to p raised to 1 by n, where n is greater than 1. Okay, or else I can say x by n is equal to k into p raised to 1 by n. So it is equation number 3. Okay, well, now if you take the logarithm for equation number 3, in equation number 3 x by m is equal to k into p raised to 1 by n anta ide. Now we have taken log form of that equation, so we are applying log on both sides. So we got log m is equal to, we are splitting that, log k plus 1 by n into log p. Now this equation is compared with the equation of straight line, is nothing but we are seeing validation of a Freundlich adsorption isotherm. How we are going to validate? Just I will go through the sentence. What it says: the validity of Freundlich adsorption isotherm can be verified by plotting log of x by m on y-axis, okay, and log p on a x-axis. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಯಾವುದರ ಜೊತೆ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀವಿ? y is equal to mx plus c ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ y-axis ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಪ್ಲಾಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ನಾವು? log of x by x-axis ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಓಕೆ, x-axis ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಪ್ಲಾಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀವಿ? ಓಕೆ, log p ಅನ್ನ ಪ್ಲಾಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಈಗ ಪ್ಲಾಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? You should get a straight line. Okay, if it comes to be a straight line, the Freundlich adsorption isotherm is valid, otherwise not. ಅಂದ್ರೆ log of x by m ಏನಿದೆ, log of x by m is equal to log k plus 1 by n log of p. ಈ equation ಏನಿದೆ is compared with the equation of a straight line. On comparison, what are the coordinates here? Log of x by m, log of x by m versus log p. If you plot a graph of log of x by m versus log p, we should get a straight line. Okay, if you get a straight line, we say Freundlich isotherm will be validated. It is valid, otherwise not. Okay, well, when we analyze graph, say x-axis, y-axis coordinate. Now, what I said, y-axis log of x by m. What about x-axis? Log p. So when we plot a graph of log of x by m versus log p, what is the nature of graph? We should get a straight line. Okay, we should get a straight line with intercept is equal to log k. And what about slope? Slope of the straight line should give the value of 1 by n. Okay, so here when you look at the graph log of x by m versus log p, so we should get a straight line. If we get a straight line, so the Freundlich isotherm will be validated. If not, if you won't get the straight line, it is not validated. And what is this intercept? Intercept is equal to log k. And what is the slope? Slope will be equal to 1 by n. This graph indicates Freundlich adsorption isotherm. Okay, well, now what is the limitation of this Freundlich adsorption isotherm means? We can say here it holds good over low range of pressure only. Andre Freundlich adsorption isotherm is applicable only for shorter range of a pressure. If pressure is too high, what happens? If pressure is too high, what happens? The extent of adsorption becomes independent. So x by m is proportional to p raised to 0 ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ ಹೌದಾ. If pressure is too high, extent of adsorption becomes independent of pressure. So now Freundlich isotherm is not applicable. Similarly, if pressure is too low, what it says? Direct relationship between, okay, direct relationship between extent of adsorption and pressure. Therefore, we say it becomes the limitation for Freundlich adsorption. What is that? It holds over a low range of pressure. Okay, pressure should not be too low or too high. The one limitation. Well, coming to the MCQs, say first one, Freundlich adsorption isotherm equation is, equation ಏನಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So just go through the equation. Log x by m is equal to log k plus 1 by n into log p. First option ಇದೆ. Second option ಏನಿದೆ? Log x by m is equal to log k plus n into log p is the second option. Third option, log x by m is equal to log k plus 1 by n into log p. Then last option, log m by x is equal to log k plus n into log p. So Freundlich adsorption isotherm ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಯಾವ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ ಅದು? will be in the form of x by m, not m by x. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಹೊಡೆದಾಕಬಹುದಾ? They are directly wrong. We can analyze it. C ಮತ್ತೆ D ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಿದೆ? Here log m by x ಅಂತ ಇದೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಎರಡು ರಾಂಗ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತಾನ ಅರ್ಥ. ಉಳಿದಿದೆ ಎಷ್ಟು? ಇನ್ನು ಎರಡು ಉಳಿದಿದೆ. Now, so what is the correct option? So first is the right option. Log x by m is equal to log k plus 1 by n into log p is the right option. Well, second ಏನಿದೆ? Freundlich adsorption is valid only at high range of pressure, moderate range of pressure, low range of pressure, and none of these. ಈಗ ನಾವೇನು ಹೇಳಿದೀವಿ? Freundlich adsorption isotherm is applicable only for a what? Low range of pressure, not moderate, not high, but it is applicable only for low range of a pressure. Okay, so please recall the definition of Freundlich adsorption isotherm. It's a mathematical form, terms involved, okay, and graphical representation. Okay, well, with this I'm going to conclude about today's session. Again, in the next session we go for some other concept. Okay.